Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel again. More fighting between the um, basically the highlight of the Percy Watson and Titus O'Neil issue. Anyway, Darren Young comes out and says he doesn't particularly like O'Neil because of their feud, but does respect him. O'Neil basically says he doesn't need the respect. Percy Watson comes out and says he wants another opportunity. And Titus O'Neil basically says he doesn't deserve another opportunity. They literally take about 10 minutes to do all this drama. Meanwhile, Alex Riley comes out and calls Titus O'Neil a bully. And then finally, O'Neil and Young are brawling with Watson and O'Reilly. Watson and O'Reilly again come out looking like the baby faces here. Finally, we get into the first match, literally about a quarter into the program. Trent Beretta comes out, babyface guy, sliding around and doing very basic things here, not exactly anything to write home about. He and Tyson Kidd, though, have a decent enough match here. Tyson Kidd, probably one of the better guys that people have forgotten over the years because he never was hugely high profile except for his tag team with Cesaro on the main roster. But again, so far removed, I think he's sorely underrated in today's lexicon of what fans consider appropriate. Anyway, hard shots by um, Beretta and some back kicks by him, and then ultimately Beretta comes up with an enziguri, gets a short kick there, and an up kick by Tyson Kidd. Kidd comes back in, hits a couple of springboards and other high risk maneuvers, as it were, and ultimately there are, some basic things here. Anyway, so Kidd comes up and manages to do um, some basic things here, and Kidd eventually gets the victory off of a suplex. Again, bullying by Stryker, being told that he isn't giving Rex and Hawkins a further shot. Stryker trying to deal with the bullying and eventually needs to get things going in a proper direction. Percy Watson, Alex Riley, Titus O'Neil, and Darren Young is announced as a match for later this evening. Bateman and Heath Slater square off. Don't necessarily know that this is a good use of Bateman, who's been in a romance storyline, meteor story, but they end up getting interrupted. So the proof that they do the useless interruptions on Raw and SmackDown and NXT goes here too. Finally, Maxine comes back out there wearing the old school Fabulous Moolah one piece type deal here, and she's making her way out, and obviously there's a confrontation there. Alicia Fox is her opponent yet again. They've already done this, which is a rematch that virtually no one wants to see. They do the old school women's catfighting thing. Match doesn't virtually go on very long. Couple of minutes. Alicia Fox getting a win. So backward step for Maxine. Anyway, confrontation between Maxine and Caitlyn. Caitlyn still has interest in Derek Bateman, and that kind of goes on that way. A little bit of teasing there. Then we get the main event, which odd that they have switched to a Darren Young and Titus O'Neil team, but it is what it is, and they kind of are going along here at a pretty good clip. Anyhow, um, so, ultimately Young, who I think is their favorite guy in terms of already having main roster major experience, even close to main events a couple of times. He does a bump and feed for the baby faces. Percy Watson manages to get going here. Then we see Alex Riley come in. Riley doing a little more brawling with Young, also trying to get the tag team aspect of the team going. Then there's a cutoff on Percy Watson by the heels. Um, anyway, we see Darren Young get knocked to the outside, does more selling. He also tries to cheat wherever he can. Young and O'Neil are tenuous partners. You can see there's teases of some tension there, but it's not huge. Then we see, um, that going that way, and ultimately, kind of a bit of a knockdown there. We also see Titus O'Neil on the kind of setting um, Percy Watson on the top rope, maybe for something like a superplex, although it never really gets there. The match is more brawl-ish than average. Kind of a drop kick off the ropes without the height, kind of a double kick, and then Watson and O'Neil go to the outside with a bit of a brawl. Young and O'Reilly are still in the ring. We see Watson eventually get the advantage temporarily, although not consistently. But ultimately, the heels end up cheating to win, and we close the program on that premise. We'll be back with more right after this.